what is going on, guys? It's Brandon here.
And it's Jamie here.
And today, oh my god, we've got a topic for you guys.
We do. Now, this is a track that we both absolutely despise, isn't it?
Oh god, yeah. Oh, right. Listen. I understand, right, that this is probably like... This is an adored track, right? Big Blue. I just need to talk, Big Blue, right? Why are you here?
Who cares about Big Blue?
You're not Mario Kart.
Are not.
Who actually asked for this? It's the most overrated track ever.
Yeah.
Everyone online will go, oh my god, it's Big Blue, yo, I love that track. Why do you love this track? What we're going to do in this video is, we're going to break down Big Blue, lap per lap, right, and point out all the flaws in it.
Yeah. But before we get to that, I'd like to just mention that a lot of people, or rather just like, this track seems to sort of exist on the basis that it deserves to be here. Why do you don't deserve to be here at all? Like, Mario Kart exists because of a little game called F-Zero. And that's what Big Blue is from.
My point is, right, if F-Zero was good, it wouldn't be dead, would it? This track does not need to be here. I don't get this track. I don't like Mute City either, by the way, but at least that one's a track.
Yeah, that one you can drive around in, it has laps.
Is the most confusing mess of a track and nobody seems to want to point it out.
And that's what we're going to do today.
Yep, the flaw of this track. Firstly, let's get into the first lap. Who likes this conveyor belt section? No, serious, right? Who likes this? Who likes conveyor belts? Like, it's the most non-creative design for a track.
I mean, I find that quite ironic considering you enjoy Toad's Factory. But the thing is, Toad's Factory does it correctly.
Toad's Factory does it correctly because it's the factory. The whole thing is themed around a bloody... It's themed around a factory. There's going to be conveyor belts. It makes sense for them to be there. But meanwhile, you see this bloody track. What is this track meant to be? Why is there conveyor belts? It's just a rip-off of Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8.
Honestly, like, it just, like... And like, not to mention the fact that this thing is literally the anti-comeback track, especially this first lap.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even remotely begin to make a comeback on this abomination?
You can't, because mushrooms just don't work.
No. Anyway, last week...
Everywhere is a boost. Every little place in the track is a boost, so mushrooms don't work. A bullet bill won't send you much faster than the average racer because of all the boosts. So what is the point? If you fall behind, you won't catch up. And when we say it's the worst comeback track, yeah, it's being outshone by Baby Park. How do you get outshone by Baby Park?
How do you see it? Right, like, real talk, guys.
That is
We don't like Baby Park. We don't like Baby Park. Everyone knows that, right? People come to this channel and they go, oh, it's these guys, they hate Baby Park, right? And fair enough, right? And like, we're part of like millions of people who don't like Baby Park, right? And of course, there's some people who like Baby Park too. But like, how can you end up being seriously worse than Baby Park? How have you done that?
I think because Baby Park has a little gimmick that it sticks with. Like,
yeah.
Baby Park at least doesn't lie to you about what it is.
Exactly.
Like, at least you know what's coming with Baby Park. You hop on the Baby Park, you're like, oh no, I'm going to get hit by 15 items, it's not going to be fun. At least you know that. With Big Blue, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Exactly. You get on Big Blue, and it's just fucking... it changes itself every lap, and it's like, oh, that's a nice gimmick. And you might be thinking, oh, okay. But the city tracks do the same thing, right? No. The difference there is that the city tracks offer something new that doesn't change the race too drastically. It's not like it's not like you get onto London Loop and suddenly there's a giant fuck off boost ramp in the middle, right? I got onto London Loop and I'm like, oh, okay, there's Tower Bridge. Oh, now we're driving past Buckingham Palace. That's nice. That's creative. It's not creative when I hop onto Big Blue and it's like, oh, okay, here's rip-off Toad's Factory. Oh, okay, here's rip-off Cooper Cape. oh, okay, here's rip-off fucking Mute City. Like, come on.
There's no identity with this track either.
At all.
Okay, let's get into the second lap, shall we? Because we've ranted about the first lap, but the second lap is even worse. What's
Definitely.
with the water? Where did this come from? Why?
Okay, I got it. Big Blue. What's that? The Big Blue, the amount of water. Haha, that's a lot of water, that is, guys. Haha, Big Blue.
There's no water referenced in any other lap apart from 2 where it's just all water. I don't think there was water in F-Zero, was there?
I'm not sure. I can't actually vouch for that. But the thing is, I don't think it fucking matters. Did you actually ever play the original Big Blue on F-Zero? Because with the Mode 7 graphics, you can barely tell there's even fucking water in the first place.
I don't know why we're talking about the water. Because no one goes on the water, because that's stupid shortcut.
To what?
Oh, the short. Don't even get me started on the shortcut,
The physics on this track are naff. They are fucking broken.
Yeah, they're shit.
They are. Like, you just see some player just fly out of the heavens because they've taken some cuts. No.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, great. So I don't even get to win because this guy took the cut and won the race. I pulled a broken item in 8th, did the cut, and fucking starred in 1st, and then bang.
If you want to go online and win on Big Blue, it's not just like a nice little thing you do, like the gap cut. It's a necessity to do this cut.
Yeah.
You have to pull this off.
Because at least the thing is, I feel like this cut is like, yeah, it might have a high skill ceiling, but once you nail it, you know what you're doing. The thing with the gap cut from Mushroom Gorge is that shit is like, I don't know why, but for me that shit is inconsistent. And some people might say mad cause bad, right? And that's like, fair enough. Say mad cause bad, I don't give a shit.
Do you know
right? Mushroom Gorge, right, at least has character to its shortcut.
Okay, that's because the Mushroom Gorge cut is actually difficult. Even if you have a golden shroom, it's still a difficult cut. The one on Big Blue is easy. I can pull that off, like, just twiddling my thumbs around. That is such an easy cut to pull off. And everyone has to do it. Like, suddenly, if you get shocked in lap 2, or you get hit by an item just before it, you will no longer win the race.
Yeah,
because
that's game over.
Because one, you can't catch up because everything's a boost pad. Like, there is no way to catch up. And secondly, without that cut, right, you lose 10 seconds.
And like, not to mention, right, one thing people like to point out about this track and why they like it is how beautiful it is and all the scenery. Hang on, where? What scenery? I'm driving on a racetrack that lasts like 1:30 and I'm going at blinding speed. So what fucking scenery do you want me to look at?
The only scenery you can see is the odd building or maybe a little F-Zero car flying around.
Yeah, and it's like, huh?
You can't actually see anything because of the way the anti-grav is. The camera on this track is naff. Like, all you can see is the track.
No. Oh no, the camera on this track, no thank you.
It's just the blue sky. Oh, Big Blue, I get it. Oh, funny. What is with
like?
Okay, and just quickly before we go to the third lap, why are the water physics? Like, the physics on this track are identical to that in the water. Why?
Yeah. It's like, talk about Big Blue, it must feel like we're in the ocean right now. Like, I don't want to deal with this track any more than I have to, and if I see this thing come back as a retro, right, I am tempted to not even buy the next Mario Kart. Because, like, first of all, it's a thing to not like it because it doesn't belong in the game, right? F-Zero is not Mario Kart, go away. But the second thing, right, it's a point-to-point track. And I understand that it's like something new and interesting, right? But they're not all amazing. They're not all fun, right? And in fact, I actually can't think of... no, I can think of a point-to-point that's fun. Maka-Woohoo, right? Maka-Woohoo is actually decent. But then again, that's not Mario either. That's Wii Sports Resort. Nintendo have clearly noticed that it takes a non-Mario course to be good in a point-to-point track. But they tried with F-Zero and it fucking flopped. Garbage.
Alright, and now
track.
the reason why I haven't talked about the third lap is because what actually happens during the third lap?
Honestly,
I'm convinced there isn't a third lap.
Yeah, you get to it and it's like, oh great, okay, so we're just taking 8's Rainbow Road and just giving it a new coat of paint. Brilliant.
Yeah, great. Okay, cool. We've got a couple of conveyor belts. Sure. After that, I'm convinced the track is over. It's just corners.
Yeah.
It's just a split path corner track.
Like,
That is
honestly,
literally just Wii Rainbow Road.
this thing has the same amount of corners near enough as fucking BC2. Like, come on. Like, that's the track with corners, not Big Blue.
Because of the bloody boost pads everywhere, items are just not effective. You can't catch up.
Speed items are literally null and void on this track.
And I'll tell you what's even more useless, right? The off-road at the end, it doesn't save you much at all. So even if you're saving your shroom for them, congratulations, you've gone at maybe a place if you're lucky.
Honestly.
It's not even a good cut, apart from that stupid cut on map 2.
Yeah. Like, I genuinely think they pandered more to trying to make it look more impressive than actual content on the track. And even then, what content? I can't see the scenery that Nintendo have made on this track because of how fast I'm going.
Because you know, all this track does is reuse assets from Rainbow Road.
Literally. Literally, thank you. It's identical, near enough, right? But instead of a laps, it's point to point, and
the water wasn't there. Granted.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll give it that.
The water wasn't there.
But again, it's water. This is like high-speed, intense races. You chuck me water, I'm not exactly convinced that I'm going to be having a high-octane race.
I mean,
especially when you skip it.
I mean, the way I see it is, this track is, if you compare it to Mario Kart 8 and judge by the same standards, it's a track that takes place in the middle of nowhere with an obscenely broken cut that everyone has to take, with tough corners and quite a few boost pads in really inconvenient locations. That is both of these tracks. This one just has water and is blue.
Yeah.
And is point to point.
Great.
It's not point to point,
Thanks,
it's pointless.
Nintendo. Yeah, true.
And
I don't. Go on.
Okay, I do seriously want to hear community feedback, right? I want to hear what you guys think about this track, because we hate this.
That's what I was just about to get onto. Like, honestly, I really need to know where people lie with this track, because from what I can tell, like from what I've heard, and just like popularity contests with like racetracks in this game, this thing always wins, and it's like, why? Like the community genuinely acts like this is the best thing since the invention of the Wii Wheel. Right? Like, come on.
Like, I want to know in the comments, like, do you guys hate it? Do you guys like it? Why? Are we wrong? Are we judging this track wrong?
Yeah, no, come on, tell us what we've got wrong about this track. Tell us why this track deserves to be one of the best, right? Because I'm just not convinced.
Every ranking I see in Mario Kart 8 looks Big Blue will either be in the top 5 or at number 1. And
yeah,
I just don't see it.
Like, like seeing it in the top 5 is getting about as boring as honestly playing it at this point.
Like, I genuinely think it's a Waluigi pinball level of overrated.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I think we'll end it there just to save the few F-Zero fans' tears.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we'd love to hear what you think, guys. But honestly, that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, why not leave a like down below? Tell us what you thought, like we've said. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? And hit the notification so you never miss an upload and things like that. Join our Discord. We will have some events on the Discord happening very, very soon. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.
See you guys.